Here to react, tell us what he thinks. Fox News religion contributor, Father Jonathan Morris.
Good morning.
Father Jonathan, have you noticed this, the double standard?
I have, although I wouldn't say it's the left. I would say, for example, the newspaper, the Daily News, one or two people decided that they would say God couldn't fix this, right? That God's not going to fix the question of gun, the access to guns, and so politicians need to. But that's just a few, I would say, elitists. Nothing wrong with being elite in the sense of having authority, but it's not everyone, I would say.
But there is, I mean, among politicians, I almost never hear anybody in the Democratic Party say there's a problem with Islam.
So that's another question.
Many people say there's a problem with Christianity.
You know, and I think it should begin with leadership from our president and from our politicians saying, yes, of course we have to be tolerant. Yes, we have to be open. But the problem right now is in a huge swath of the Middle East, and now obviously in Europe and the United States, is radical Islamist ideology. We need to hear it. They need to say it. It's a little bit like if there was, you know, like a huge plague in the United States of America, some great, the bubonic plague or something, and the politicians would say, we need to really work on infectious disease. No, we need to find a solution to the problem, and that doesn't mean that you're anti-Muslims. It doesn't mean it means there's a problem.
Well,
we need to fix it.
So how do you fix that infection? I mean, because it seems to me that you'd have to fix it from within Islam, inside the church. So inside the church, how do you fix that?
That's a great question. One is you have to stop the immediate threat. And right now there are immediate threats. You have to stop those who have already been radicalized. That the idea that gun control in this case was going to stop these guys, we all know is preposterous. It's ridiculous. I would hope too that we could have like common sense laws to keep guns, these military-style guns, out of the hands of bad people and also of good people, in my opinion. That some people will disagree with that. I don't think we need people out there with these military-style assault weapons. And yes, maybe some people will use them for the good, but make the sacrifice to make sure that they don't get in the hands of other people, of bad people, whether it's gang members, or whether it's radical Islamists. But that doesn't mean that that's going to solve the whole problem. We have to stop people who are already radicalized. And then to your point, Clayton, we have to make sure that the Muslims are standing up on an international level saying anybody who says that God could tell you to do this is not listening to God. We have to decide, I think, as a nation, that first of all, we're not going to cow to the evil that these people are, that we're going to get out there, we're going to live our lives, number one. Secondly, we have to recognize on a spiritual level, life is short. Mm-hmm. Life is short. We're not going to live in fear. So many people tell me, I am fearful of going out. I am scared. What is this world coming to? Live your life.
Amen.
Live your life and live it to the best. But also, may this be a reminder that life is short. Get right with God.
Keep your eyes open.
Get right with family members. Get right with friends.
The people who think about death the most are always the happiest, I've noticed. Because they're not in denial, and they recognize they don't have much time left, and you should use every moment to maximum advantage.
I mean, to think about life.
Father Jonathan, great to see you. I know you are.